I saw something standing between the trees. Last October me and my cousin Eric went camping deep in the forests of northern Montana. The place was hours away from the nearest town. No signal. No cabins. Nothing except endless trees and dirt roads. We arrived just before sunset. The forest looked beautiful at first. Tall pine trees. Cold mountain air. Orange sunlight cutting through fog between the trees. But something immediately felt wrong. Too quiet. Even Eric noticed it while unloading gear from the truck. No birds. I stopped for a second and listened carefully. He was right. No insects. No wind. No animal sounds. Just silence. The kind of silence that makes your brain feel uncomfortable. We set up camp near a small clearing beside an abandoned fire tower. The tower looked ancient. Rust covering the metal stairs. Half the structure leaning sideways into the trees. Someone had spray-painted words across the bottom in faded white paint. "Don't look into the trees." We laughed about it at first. Because apparently humans see terrifying warnings and instantly think, "This will definitely improve the camping trip." Around 10 p.m. we started a fire and sat talking beside the tents. Everything seemed normal again. Then we heard the whistle. Far away in the forest. One long slow whistle echoing between the trees. Eric immediately looked toward the darkness. "Did you hear that?" Before I answered, the whistle came again. Closer this time. It sounded human. But wrong somehow. Too perfect. Like something copying a human whistle without understanding it completely. The sound slowly moved around our campsite, circling us through the trees. Then suddenly everything went silent again. Eric tried joking about another camper messing with us. But neither of us believed that. About 20 minutes later Eric grabbed a flashlight and said he was getting more firewood from the truck. The truck sat near the dirt road maybe 30 yards away. I watched him disappear between the trees. A few seconds later I heard him yell. Not scream. Just one sharp terrified yell. I grabbed my flashlight and ran toward the road. The forest looked completely different at night. The darkness between the trees felt endless. My flashlight barely illuminated anything ahead. Then I saw Eric standing near the truck completely frozen, pointing toward the woods across the road. At first I saw nothing. Then my flashlight moved higher. And I saw it. Something tall standing motionless between the trees. Way too tall to be a person. Thin pale body. Long arms hanging unnaturally low. And even from that distance, I could see its eyes reflecting light directly toward us. Neither of us moved. The thing stayed perfectly still for maybe 10 seconds. Then suddenly, it stepped behind a tree. Not walked. Stepped. Like its body moved without natural motion. Eric whispered, "Get in the truck." The second we opened the doors, the whistle came again. Right behind us. Close enough that I felt cold instantly. We both turned around with flashlights. Nothing there. Only trees. Then another whistle echoed deeper in the forest. Like it had somehow moved impossible distance in seconds. We jumped inside the truck immediately. Eric started the engine while I kept scanning the trees with the flashlight. That's when I realized something worse. There wasn't just one. More pale figures stood farther back between the trees. Completely motionless. Watching us silently. Some tall. Some shorter. All staring directly toward the truck. Eric slammed on the gas instantly. The truck sped down the dirt road while branches scraped against the sides. Neither of us spoke for almost 5 minutes. Then suddenly the whistle came again. Outside the truck. Keeping pace with us in the darkness beside the road. I looked out the passenger window. For 1 second. I saw something running between the trees beside us. Tall pale limbs moving unnaturally fast through darkness. Then it vanished again. We didn't stop driving until we reached a gas station nearly an hour away. The old man working there noticed how terrified we looked immediately. When Eric described the whistles and the figures, the man became silent. Then quietly asked, "Did you look directly into the trees when you heard it?" Neither of us answered. The man slowly shook his head. "You're lucky they stayed back." Before leaving, I asked him what he meant. The old man stared toward the dark forest outside the gas station windows and said, "Sometimes they follow people home." A week later Eric called me around 2 a.m. He sounded terrified. He whispered only one sentence before hanging up. "I can hear whistling outside my house."